Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books and marketing expert covering Disney. Disney delays their next woke Star Wars movie after massive negative fan feedback. Let's get into the story. Before we do, please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. Disney announced they'd be doing a new Star Wars movie. They made some mistakes though. They didn't anticipate what the fans might actually be interested in. Daisy Ridley's new Star Wars director says it's about time we had a female filmmaker come forward to shape the galaxy far, far away. This is not what fans were looking for. It's important to understand what fans are actually interested in, not what activists are actually interested in. Even though the Lucasfilm people, the Disney people, want to see female versions of Star Wars, want to see feminist Star Wars, that's not what the customers, the fans, the people who are actually interested in Star Wars want to see. But that's not the worst of it. The director they're bringing in to do this project is a feminist activist who was very effective in dealing with problems in her own home country of Pakistan. She did documentaries about honor killings, acid attacks against women. And sure, if you come from a culture like that, which the Western cultures really are nothing like that, but if you come from a culture like that, you would do stories about things like that. What does that have to do with Star Wars? Of course, it has nothing to do with Star Wars, and quotes that she made talking about her work in the past, which is presumably what got her this work, have come back to haunt her and haunt Disney, as if they didn't know these quotes existed. This basically is the body of her work. Of course, if you make a comment like we need a female director to shape the future of Star Wars, people are going to look at her prior work. From Forbes, Star Wars directors make men uncomfortable quote is 8 years out of context. Matt Walsh tweeted this. Here's the feminist director of the next Star Wars film saying that her goal is to make men uncomfortable. This movie is destined to be Disney's biggest flop yet. It's true it's not in context. She wasn't saying this about Star Wars. But that is what she does. This is her work. It's not appropriate for Star Wars. So Disney's been forced to delay this movie. They won't be doing this movie next. This announcement came out on January 2nd, and I've never seen anything like this. On January 2nd, they announced this new Star Wars project, and then because of negative feedback from fans, obviously, they were forced to rush out this movie instead. Just 1 week later, they're making a brand new announcement to try to stop all the negative feedback on the first announcement. From The Hollywood Reporter, Star Wars Mandalorian movie, a go with Jon Favreau directing. The Mandalorian and Grogu will film this year, Lucasfilm announced. So immediately, they're rushing this movie out. Why would they be announcing the feminist movie literally just 7 days ago, and now they're rushing out this announcement, but this movie is filming first? Even The Hollywood Reporter is confused. Grogu is heading to the big screen. The Mandalorian and Grogu, a new film to be directed by the Mandalorian creator Jon Favreau, is a go at Lucasfilm and is expected to film later this year. Favreau, Lucasfilm head Kathleen Kennedy, and Lucasfilm chief creative officer Dave Filoni will produce the feature, which the studio said will be the first Star Wars movie to go into production since 2019's Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. The feminist movie, this is from Screen Rant, who is Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, the director of the next Star Wars movie. But that's not the next one. They're going to do this one instead from The Mandalorian. They just shifted it around after a few days, 1 week from a major film studio. There had been some speculation that a film starring Daisy Ridley would be the first one out of the gate, but it appears that project will take longer to hit hyperspace. And the feedback on feminist Star Wars was horrendous. From Daily Beast, maybe it's time for Star Wars to go away again. Between another round of frustrating fan backlash and lukewarm responses to new films and TV series, it might be time to send the franchise to a retirement home far, far away. Because they can't manipulate the franchise into trying to be something that it's not. It's just not what Star Wars is all about, so it's not going to succeed. From Yahoo Finance, the big problem with Disney's feminist Star Wars director. The biggest problem, of course, Disney has with the feminist Star Wars director is that she's never done a big budget project. They keep throwing people like Nia DaCosta, who was co-writer and director on The Marvels, who never did a big project before, did one small Candyman film that didn't lose money, but wasn't $100 or $200 million or $300 million budgeted project, and they expect good results just throwing these people out there. And even the move to delay feminist Star Wars for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is not necessarily going to be successful. Coming from Fandom Pulse, even with low ratings, Disney moves forward with the Mandalorian and Grogu feature film and Ahsoka Season 2. Mandalorian has lost its momentum. They waited too long to make a movie. In a questionable decision by Lucasfilm, the studio recently unveiled plans for a film titled The Mandalorian and Grogu and confirmed the development of Ahsoka Season 2. The move comes despite the apparent decline in fan interest and poor ratings plaguing recent seasons of both The Mandalorian and Ahsoka. Join the Fandom Pulse as we delve into the perplexing decision-making behind these announcements. Lucasfilm, led by Dave Filoni, declared the jump to the silver screen for The Mandalorian with the film The Mandalorian and Grogu. Jon Favreau, director of The Mandalorian series, expressed his enthusiasm, claiming, "The prospect of bringing The Mandalorian and his apprentice Grogu to the big screen is extremely exciting." However, one cannot help but question his enthusiasm in light of recent challenges faced by the series. The announcement follows lackluster reception of The Mandalorian's third season, marked by dwindling ratings and waning fan interest. Despite early success, the series struggled to maintain its momentum, evident in its abysmal 51% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Even with an increase in Disney Plus subscribers, Nielsen reported a steep decline in viewership, raising concerns about the series' ability to captivate audiences. Of course, as Disney gets more subscribers to Disney Plus, the numbers of viewers should be going up dramatically, at least to match the number of subscribers they're getting. But it's just not happening. Equally perplexing is the confirmation of Ahsoka Season 2, especially given the uncertainty surrounding its predecessor. Recent statements by Rosario Dawson, who portrays Ahsoka, revealed that as of January 2024, discussions about a second season had not taken place. This revelation begs the question, why move forward with a sequel when the first season failed to generate the anticipated buzz? Adding to the skepticism is the unconfirmed rumor that Lucasfilm might adapt the lackluster fourth season of The Mandalorian into a theatrical film. Industry insider Jeff Snyder's suggestion that, quote, "where there's smoke, there's fire," does little to instill confidence, especially considering the show's evident struggle to maintain its initial appeal. While Jon Favreau affirmed the completion of The Mandalorian's fourth season, citing the need for a, quote, "fully formed story," one must question the wisdom of adapting a declining series into a feature film. The challenges faced by the show, including a decline in ratings and viewership, pose significant risks to its cinematic adaptation. The recent confirmation of Ahsoka Season 2 raises concerns about the direction Lucasfilm is taking, especially in light of Rosario Dawson's lack of engagement in discussions about reprising her role. The disjointed communication between the studio and its star hints at potential issues that may impact the series' future success. As Lucasfilm embarks on these ambitious projects, the critical lens reveals a disconcerting trend of declining quality and fan interest. The decision to move forward with a film adaptation and a second season despite evident challenges makes you wonder how they make any decisions over at Lucasfilm. Do they follow what fans are interested in? Do they look at the ratings on things? Do Disney or Lucasfilm have any kind of legitimate methodical process to try to make decisions and figure out what they should focus on or not focus on? When it comes to making Star Wars projects, is the strategy to make series based on the Star Wars franchise on Disney Plus and then eventually turn them into film franchises? Would they actually use ratings to try to make that decision? It seems like complete confusion over at Lucasfilm. But you can definitely understand Lucasfilm wanting to try to change the story after they make this announcement of the new feminist director for Star Wars, shaping the Star Wars franchise, and getting yet again massive negative feedback to Disney projects. They did make the right move to delay the project. If they can, they should cancel the project. Just like they did with Snow White. Delay the project as long as possible. Who knows, maybe they cancel it. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Always love to see your ideas. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.